So I'm not saying we're cheap.
But we can say we're frugal.
Very frugal.
Yes, we have stretched our penny pretty thin as we travel across this United States. It's one of the ways we were able to retire early.
Yeah, we travel and camp on a budget, a very tight budget.
Yes.
Now, when you are traveling across the U.S., you have 3 costs that are your basic cost. Everything else is dependent on what you want to do. You have your fuel cost for your rig or your tow car, whichever one you have. You have your campground fees, and then you have your food costs or restaurants, whatever you want to include in there. And today, we're going to show you how to save money on all 3 of those costs. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny.
Welcome to RV America.
The original RV America.
So if you don't mind doing us a favor, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
Yep. Now let's get to those 3 ways to save.
Okay, the first way that you can save is on fuel cost.
Yep. Gas over the last 3 years or so has really basically doubled. And you've got to find ways to save money. And we have found a few ways that will help you. Our Class A is a gasser, so it's on gas. There are ways to save on diesel also.
Yeah, we get an incredible, hold your breath now, don't pass out or anything when you hear our wonderful gas knowledge, an incredible 8 miles to the gallon. We get 9 on a really good day.
If we're going downhill.
If we're going downhill.
Yep.
So it's quite expensive.
So the first thing I want to tell you about is Gas Buddy. We have used that for the last couple of years, and you put in your location and you see what the cheapest gas is in your area. And it has really saved us. The other day it saved us 50 cents just from being on the different side of town. And we were going to this other, on the way back home, and we passed a gas station that saved us 50 cents. So when your rig holds that much gas or that much fuel,
every little penny counts.
Every little penny counts.
Now, this is what we do. When we get to a half a tank in our RV, we start looking for the next available gas station. Because we can't just pull in anywhere.
Right. You have to look and see if you can fit, right? You don't want to have any
you got to fit. We're not going to a truck stop because we don't use diesel. So.
And that's why we start that early. And the other thing that Gas Buddy will do is let you put your starting point and your ending point, and that way you can see the gas along the way. That way, if you've got a little bit of gas and you know hey, I can go a little bit farther and get to the point where I'm saving that quarter or 50 cents or whatever it might be that you're saving.
Yeah.
So download that. It's available on Apple and on Android.
And it's free.
Yes, it is.
We apologize for the airplane and the wind. Now, second after Gas Buddy is you need to think about gas station apps, reward
cards, basically.
Yeah,
memberships.
Basically memberships to the gas station rewards cards. Not the ones you pay for, just the ones that are free for downloading their apps.
Yeah, we've got most major fuel cards or station memberships.
Shell, Citgo.
Yeah, Speedway, et cetera, and you can always, most of them will save you 3, 5, and the great news is if you sign up to a new one, we always feel lucky because the other day we signed up for Circle K and got a quarter off the first month. So we made sure we were filling up the Jeep, filling up the RV, and using that to really get our costs down. So consider getting as many gas cards or fuel station cards that you can find.
Yeah, they're free. You download them on your phone. It's not going to cost you anything. If it does cost you anything, don't do it because we don't pay for anything, right? Right. So, and it does actually really help. All we have to do is put our number in. We link everything to my cell phone number, so Danny just knows when he goes to every gas pump he goes to, if they allow him to put a number in, he does.
Right.
Never know what you're going to save.
Right. So you can save gas that way. Other thing that we have done is make sure you don't travel as far each day, so you're going less distance and staying longer in a location. So if you stay longer, travel less, you're going to be saving quite a bit of money.
It's a good time to hit the bucket list items that you have that are close to your home base. So you're going less distance, therefore saving on gas.
It might not be the time right now with this inflation, these gas prices, to travel cross country. It's better to, as Lynn said, hit somewhere closer.
Also, we have a gas-powered engine. We don't have a diesel engine, but there are lots of rewards programs out there for people who do have diesel engines. You just need to do a little research on it and you can save as well.
Yeah. So the second way we want to share with you is save money on camping fees. And the first way we do this, and we suggest that you do this, is save money when you're going from point A to point B. Why not try to cut those costs in half, or
eliminate them.
Yeah, eliminate them
altogether.
So one of the ways we do that is
we do cracker docking.
Yep. So cracker docking is where you call ahead and find out if that Cracker Barrel is allowing RVers to stay there. They usually let you, unless it's a city ordinance, but it's a way to go and just park your rig, and there's no campground fees at all.
You have to call ahead and make sure that they allow you to do that, because sometimes some of them don't, but it's a great way. And one of the things you do while you're staying overnight is you go in, and as your way of saying thank you, you have a meal there, breakfast or dinner, whichever one you want to do, but it's easy and you got to eat anyways.
So the next thing we want to tell you about saving money as you're traveling is use Harvest Host. A lot of people use Harvest Host, and the best way I can explain it is it's businesses helping RVers, and then RVers going in and helping the business. So you'll call ahead or use their online service to make a reservation at their place, and you're just staying at that business's property. It might be a farm, a winery, brewery. We stayed at a honeybee farm before, so many different places that are kind of neat. We've stayed at farms, and the rule is try to spend $20 there at their business.
Another thing after that is the Boondockers Welcome, that they're kind of connected, and Boondockers Welcome is our favorite way to stay because we meet some of the nicest people. With the Harvest Host, you don't have electric or most of the time any kind of hookups, but with Boondockers Welcome you can. It's a great way to save money and meet nice people.
Yeah, the way I kind of explain it is it's where RVers are helping RVers. Most of the Boondockers Welcome hosts are RVers or people that have stopped RVing but still want to have that contact, because you know how tight-knit the RV community is. So, and if you stay on the property without utilities, it's free. So there's another zero for you. But if you need utilities, we've stayed probably at the majority of ours with since we have pets, with at least some kind of electricity.
Right.
So, and then half of those are probably asking for $5, $10 a night if you use their electricity, just to help them keep their costs down.
We also use Passport America, and Passport America is actually, you can get, there's all kinds of stipulations with Passport America. It's a very inexpensive membership, but it's usually older, a little bit run down campgrounds a lot of times. But if you can get a campground for half price, we have stayed at Passport America's cheaper than we can camp for free at Cracker Barrel. So
since you're
think
paying for a
about that
meal
one.
at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, since you're paying for a meal at Cracker Barrel.
So another way to save under campground fees are campground memberships. We have used Thousand Trails quite a bit. We, as you might have heard before, we didn't use it last year because we're on the yearly membership. We won't go into a lot of details about it, but it's a system that if you pay a one-time price, and it's anywhere from $500 to $5,000, whatever, or higher.
10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000.
It can get expensive, but we always use the cheapest yearly membership, and it has saved us so much money, because once you pay up the upfront fee, it's zero to stay at the campgrounds.
If you want more details on any of these memberships, we have a video that's out that is our 5 favorite campground memberships, and Danny will link that somewhere on here or put it in the description or something. It goes into greater detail on this and exactly how they can save you, because you will save money if you use certain memberships.
Yep, they'll tell you how much we've paid for them and how much they've saved us.
Okay, so another thing that we have done that has helped us out along the way is we have done mooch docking.
Yeah.
Mooch docking is where you spend the night in your friend's driveway, or we stayed on the street in front of our friend's house out in Colorado Springs, and you don't pay anything. No hookups or anything, but you don't pay anything, and it's just a great time to catch up with your friend and, enjoy their company.
Yep. And another thing you can try is just straight out boondocking, where you might stay in a national forest or use an app like Dirt or Campidium to find places that you can stay for free. Some are starting to charge fees because for cleanup and such, because people are not being very clean
People
out
are
there.
yucky.
Yep. So consider boondocking.
Yeah, and we will say we have gotten a couple of solar panels on our rig, and we're looking forward to trying some of this now that we are kind of set up for it.
That's right.
And last but not least, let's talk about how you can save money on food. Because you really can save money on food if you try hard. Yep. And one of the main things you can do, which ladies, you're probably not going to want to hear this, but one of the main things you can do is eat in your rig instead of eating out all the time.
Right. Cooking, and guys, you can get involved in this too, because if you've got or bring a gas grill or some kind of grill so you can do some outdoor cooking. And,
charcoal, whatever.
Help your spouse or your significant other out, and where they don't have to do cooking all the time.
Yeah.
But it just seems to go together where you have camping and grilling. They just go hand in hand. So consider those things to save money, because think about how much money you spend when you go out to eat, especially in some of these higher cost resort areas or vacation areas.
One of the things that I like to do if we're going to be out and about all day long, and I know we're going to come back home and be tired, throw something in the crock pot before we leave. Crock pot is a camper's best friend.
Yep, tons of recipes out there on crock pot recipes for people that camp. Another thing to consider is that if you're already paying for the campground that has electricity, consider cooking with a griddle or electric skillet. We bring those things to save money, especially it helps us cut down the propane costs.
Now, let's talk about saving money when you go to the grocery store, because you can save money when you go to the grocery store. All of the major groceries, such as, Publix, Kroger, those type places, they will have apps. Those apps are loaded with coupons. It takes a few minutes, so you have to have a few minutes to do it. Some people care and are willing to do things like that. Others are like, no, I'll pay whatever it is I've got to eat. So it's all up to you. But if you go through those apps for the grocery store that's in the area that you're visiting, you can probably save some good money.
Yeah, especially if you're staying there for longer periods of time and you're going to be there. We've downloaded a local grocery store app because we knew we were going to shop there on several occasions.
Yeah, and then when we leave, I just delete it. Another thing that we use is an app called Flip. And what it does is it will put all the sales papers for the area that you're in this app, and you can go and pick out which ones you want to see, and then you can be able to see what's on sale. Here's a trick for you. If you are going to an area like we did this past summer, we went to the St. Mary section of Glacier National Park. They had one grocery store. You could not have paid me to shop in that grocery store. I'm not kidding you. It was $7 for a box of Cheerios that were about this big.
It was convenience store prices, I
think.
think.
Convenience store prices at a grocery store. And they had the market cornered so they could charge whatever they wanted to. We waited until we went to one of the bigger cities around, and then we stocked up on groceries. So don't shop these little bitty towns. Stock up when you go through the big cities, the big towns, and you'll get way better prices.
Yeah.
We hope these tips will help you as you're RVing. Everyone's got different budgets. This one works with ours. The tips we give you works with our budget. So if there's any way that you know of that we could save money as we're traveling down the road, and we haven't mentioned it here, put it in the comments down below. We would love to know it, because we're always looking for a way to save a dime.
That's right. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified each and every time our videos come out.
Until next time, God bless and many, many safe travels.
And go RV, America.